Loved how we shared the ball again, took care of it, 19 assists, 5 turnovers. Team's done a terrific job of really passing and taking care of the ball, and I think those possessions have been really good for us. Would have liked us to play better defense in the second half. I didn't think we were as locked in defensively as we needed to be, and give their kids credit. I thought they made some shots. We needed to rebound better. That helped them. But all in all, good performance. Solid on both ends, and it's been a good first 3 home games for us. Questions for me?
RJ said that he had that game circled because he remembers when it was Hunter Tyson's last game.
Yeah.
With Morehead. Have to like the way they're focused, out of the gates tonight, built big lead.
Yeah, we didn't talk about any of those things. Just another game for this team. Our team just needs to play games and grow and get better, and we just have so many new players that, there's so many things that seems like we do some things well, but then there's a lot of things that we practice that there's just we forget some stuff, and or we don't execute as well as we need to, and but I do think our older guys were ready, and our guys approached it very well. We had pretty good practices yesterday, and we were alert for shoot around this morning. So I think they've been very excited and eager to play all 3 games, and that's really good. And I think the energy level shows in the way they play.
Brad, how much is the next step maybe building a collective toughness?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we have to become a little bit more physically tough team. Obviously, we have a lot of young guys that it's a big step up, and we have some guys that even have played at lower levels, mid-major basketball, and the level is going to be different with the physicality. And so no question that's part of just handling those kinds of things consistently will be another step, and we talked about that after the game today.
I guess defensively, are there any themes, I guess, in terms of some of the breakdowns that you're seeing?
No. I mean, tonight it was a lot of offensive rebounding. Some shot contest stuff that, we've got to get better. And then there's some stuff that our guys are just, it's hard to prepare for everything, especially right now. Like there's some action that, we try to walk through and practice, but we don't, we're not football. We don't get a week. We get about 2 days. And so you try to, it's new for a lot of guys. And so there's some screens that we're getting hit on that then make us behind the next screen if there's screen to screener or just different action that you got to deal with that I think we're getting better, but we're certainly not all the way there.
Jake had 4 threes tonight. Does he pretty much have the green light anytime he has a good look?
Yeah. I mean, most of our guys do. I think we've got a lot of guys that can make shots, and I don't think we've shot the ball great yet. I think we shoot the ball better than our numbers, but that's what it is. And I mean, we had a bunch of open shots again early in the game, pretty much wide open, and we didn't make as many as we need to. But I think that'll come, and certainly encouraging guys. It was great to see Jake. I thought he played with great confidence tonight. I thought he played well on the defensive end. Did a nice job on number 3, Marshall. He had him for most of the night, so very pleased with his play today.
Was Ace Buckner exiting the second half with cramps?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he just got cramps there and took him out for a while.
Was getting Welling involved in the middle of that zone at halftime?
Yeah, it's something we talked about. I didn't think in the first half we did some things. I thought our big guys our spacing was bad in some of our zone stuff, and they packed it in a little bit and made it harder initially, and we missed some open shots. Second half we did a better job of spacing, and I thought found him in the middle more, which was certainly an adjustment.
Chase had a nice backdoor cut on the baseline.
Yeah.
There. What stands out to you about the freshman so far?
Yeah, I just think he has good athleticism. He's got good feel as both a passer and a cutter. I think that's part of being a good cutter is guys who know, kind of know basketball, have a feel for basketball and what, when to back cut people, and it's certainly something that we talk about in our offense. But he showing guys things and then them being applied in the game is two different things. And he's done a good job of being able to do those things.
Because we've seen it a couple times where you just sub out the entire
Yep.
lineup and then go back to the starters
Yeah.
after that. So what's, I guess, the thing?
Well, they practice that way a lot. So, they probably practice that way more than they practice, 2 guys here and 3 guys there, and then this guy in for that guy. And, we do that in practice as well. But when we play against each other, most of the time it's the starters against the second unit. And so those guys are very competitive with one another. And so, in my mind, it would make a little bit of sense to practice, play with the guys that you practice the most with. So, unless that proves by the numbers to not be working as well, we're gonna do that some. Doesn't mean we'll do it every game. Foul trouble and just if some of the starters aren't playing well, then one of them might get taken out early. But there'll also be times when it'll be 5 in, 5 out, and maybe 5 back in, or 2 or 3 the next time. Who knows?
Foster had a rough shooting night the last time out, but hit a couple threes tonight. Had a nice no-look pass late in the game.
Yeah.
How is he progressing?
Yeah, he's doing well. I think I think some of it with Zach is just learning what are good shots. I think some of his misses are because he's taking hard shots. And, this isn't high school where you just shoot anytime you want. We're working for a team shot, and every shot's not the same. And, he's learning that. But, it's good to see him knock a couple shots in. He's in the gym working on his game, and, he's doing a great job of sharing the basketball and playing with poise. And what did he have, 3 assists tonight? He had 5 the other night. Tonight he had 3 with 1 turnover. The other night he had 5, no turnovers. Freshman guard, 8 assists and 1 turnover in his last 2 games. Pretty good. So he's doing a lot of the things we want him to do, and not surprised that when he takes good shots that he makes them.
RJ talked about being like a tenacious rebounder, like past players like
Yep.
Shefflin. How have you kind of seen him kind of take that mantle this season?
Yeah, RJ's at the point in his career he needs to be a complete player. He's got to do it all. He's got to score, he's got to rebound, he's got to defend, he's got to be a leader. That all sounds good, so that's the responsibility. Everybody wants all those responsibilities, especially when they're young. But then when you got to go out and get 12 points and 6, 7, 8 rebounds every night, that's the expectation. But he's off to a great start. His numbers are good again, 5 for 8, 11 rebounds, obviously 3 assists, no turnovers, 13 points, drew 7 fouls in the game. RJ's been very good. He plays the game with great enthusiasm and energy, and I think our system is really good for him, and he's comfortable, and I don't think it's a surprise that he's playing well.
Just 14 turnovers in the first 3 games. What's been the key to protecting the ball so well?
I think having good skilled players, willing passers. Obviously, we talk about it. We practice passing. We do drills. We meet pass drills, pass fake drills, trap drills. It's things that we emphasize. But I think that's probably been a very, I don't want to say surprise, but something that's, to have only 14 in 3 games is probably a surprise, especially with this many new guys playing together. I think they've done a phenomenal job of sharing the ball, being willing passers, and making pretty good decisions.
I guess they're still coming together on the court, but RJ was telling us about how they bonded just as people in terms of movie nights and fishing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How much have you seen that they're a group that kind of gets along?
Yeah, all the time. It's, we kind of eat together in the mornings on the day of a game. We have a morning shoot around, and they kind of, depending on how much time you have before class, you kind of eat together that way. And then the night before a game, we have a team meal after practice, and then do a little scouting meeting every night. And so we eat together that night. And it's fun to just kind of sit in the back and just watch them, play with each other and give each other a hard time and just joke and goof off and laugh. And but you can tell that they like each other, and see guys sitting in different tables with different people. It's not the same guys at the same tables every day. I don't think we have a bunch of cliques. I think they've done a really good job of welcoming the young guys, and it's a great group of young men. I mean, they're really good kids, and so it's easy to see why they would like each other and get along.
3 blowout wins, no real adversity. Now you go to play Georgetown on the road.
Yeah.
Be anxious to see how they handle
Yeah.
that.
Yes, I mean, major step up in class. Coach Cooley's actually a friend of mine. Ed's does an unbelievable job. I mean, he's a terrific coach. They're playing extremely hard. I mean, they beat Kentucky at Kentucky in an exhibition. They just went to Maryland and won at Maryland. That doesn't happen very often. I've been there. He's got a really good team, got some good guards, big, physical, tough team, and then he coaches the fire out of them. So we'll have our hands full. It'll be a great challenge on the road. It's a game that our guys, it's what we need to do after playing 3 games at home. We need to go on the road against a high major opponent and see how we do and learn and grow from it.
Anything else for Coach?
Going back to the complete line changes, is it just because they have continuity with each other, it's easier, or just because of the depth you have, you do this with any team in terms of sub-out?
I think some of it is, you have good depth, and it's been proven in practice that, the starters in the second group plays very well against the starters, most of the time. And so we don't feel like there's a major drop-off. When you have P.J. Hall and Hunter Tyson and Chase Hunter and Ian Shefflin, like, you may not take them out just like you're taking everybody out. And that's not to disparage the guys that are starting right now. It's just the other thing is, we need to make sure that guys like RJ and Dylan and some of those guys don't get foul trouble. And so we want to keep a tempo. We want to keep pace. We want guys fresh. We want to get our young guys into the game early and get them a feel for the game. And it's been good for how we've played and practiced. It seems to have made sense with this group.
Can Dallas Thomas kind of break into that second unit?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's, he's got to outplay some of the other guys, but Dallas is doing fine. I didn't think he had a bad week of practice a week ago, and that set him back a little bit. I think he bounced back this week and was better. Nice to see him made a big 3 today. He's just got to become more consistent. I mean, he's a freshman too, so I mean, he's another first-year player, and he's shooting the ball with much more confidence. The game will slow down for him, and he'll be a guy that can contribute.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.